Let's get into it. Sold Not For Sale podcast. Coach Colin here. We got Joe Rogan, Michael Malice, and they're discussing Kamala Harris, and they go into a blue anon conspiracy. I don't know if you guys have heard of that term, blue anon, but the left is coming up with conspiracy theories. It's very cute to see. I can't wait till they find out about Bohemian Grove, but this one that they have is that Kamala Harris is scaring Donald Trump, and he's running scared from debating her. That's what they're dealing with here. And it's funny because MSNBC and the Kamala Harris campaign lockstep with this whole theory. They're pushing it the hardest. Kamala's pushing it. It's very, very interesting to see. Let's get right into it. They're going to talk about a bunch of things. Kamala Harris, her past debates, things of that nature, all the manufactured hype. Then they're going to touch on the whole Trump is afraid, and then we're going to go deep into that, and I'm going to show you some clips. Let's get into it.
Did you not see the phone call she had with the Obamas? It was amazing. It was so candid. It definitely wasn't planned at all.
Yeah.
Just they happened to have a camera on her while she got a phone call from the Obamas. It was beautiful.
I am surprised
Passing of the torch.
how quickly they flipped the candidate without any pretense of having some kind of competition.
Well, I think they were feeling like they couldn't win.
Right, but the point is, I'm shocked that they went immediately with her as Plan B.
Because she is the one that is in the administration now, which means all the people that have jobs keep their jobs. So they're all very motivated.
That's not what that means.
Doesn't?
No.
Well, she could get rid of some of them.
That's what happened with when Lyndon Johnson took over, when George Bush took over for Reagan. They clean house. They bring in their own guys, of course.
You think she would do that?
Are you kidding? She would make it look like a Benetton ad. She's not. she's the nominee from Netflix. Like she's gonna make it all DEI.
Who could possibly take over? Like, how would they do that?
They would have had to have forced her not to declare, which would have been a very tough move. Because if she's not the nominee now, here's my 4D chess.
Okay, 4D chess.
4D chess
with Michael Malice.
Biden is like, all right, we put her up. We know she's gonna lose. She can't go back she's not going to be governor of California. She's not going to be senator. Her career's done. And that was his kind of legacy, like, getting rid of her once and for all. Because otherwise she's going to be the nominee or a very strong case for it in 2028.
Right, but don't you think that if she runs in 2024, that's very likely, there's a possibility, like more than 50-50 that she wins?
I don't think it's more than 50-50.
Oh, interesting. I do.
I don't think it's more than 50-50 at all.
I think there's so many people that are opposed to the idea of Trump.
That's true.
Quiet people. They're quiet. They're not like the Trump people are loud. Like in support of Trump, they go to the rallies, they fill up stadiums, and so people in their head they go, "Oh, he's more popular." But the people that are not willing to vote for him, they're on the quiet tip, and they might talk amongst their friends, and they might talk at work, but they're not going to these rallies.
She didn't even make Iowa last time.
The last time.
So we got 3 months of her. This is a woman who cracks herself up because she sees a school bus and goes, "The wheels in the bus go round and round."
You didn't just fall off a coconut tree. Do you know that?
Yeah, her mom says that. Kamala, you did not just fall off a coconut tree.
You exist in the context of...
Yeah. So I think this is going to be... And here's the other thing. How is it you're going up for that debate, and when Tulsi hits you with your record, you don't have a counterpunch ready? That makes no sense.
She didn't have to. She knew they were going to bury it.
But they didn't bury it, and it ruined her campaign.
It ruined her career. It ruined her campaign.
Yes.
I think at the time she thought they were going to bury it.
Well, yeah.
They weren't going to bring it up. There was a lot of people that were very high on her. They thought she was going to be the one.
It's true.
Yeah.
And they were wrong. But maybe they're right now.
But they thought that about Biden, too. Remember? Back in the day, we got busted for plagiarism in '88.
He was never the guy.
But he was running for president in
sure,
1988.
Delaware.
But again, just like they took her out, they took him out.
Right.
He came back and became president.
Yeah, 20 years later?
Yeah, but
40 years
time
later.
has accelerated. 40 years is 4 years now. Plus, she's got the experience, international experience, of being the vice president of the United States.
And never the border czar. That never happened.
That never happened.
You're crazy.
Despite the fact that people say she was the border czar, newly appointed border czar.
No, the Republicans made that up and had a time machine.
It's a cheap fake. Those are cheap fakes.
Yeah.
It's just such a wild time. And most people don't even... The average person that's going about their job and occasionally watching the news and occasionally paying attention to the news feed on their phone, they have no idea what's going on, how nutty it all is.
Yes. But until they do, it's like gradually and then suddenly,
Yeah.
like with the Biden debate. If the corporate comedians had done, like Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel and all the other Jon Stewart's other bastard children, had done their job and made fun of Biden for 4 years about being an old fart, that debate wouldn't have landed as hard as it did. The fact that it was a complete 180 from what we were being told is what really did him in. So the more they're trying to hype her up now, and of course she's the new nominee, she's the greatest thing that's ever happened, she's basically another Oprah. Once she starts opening her mouth, and here's the thing that's going to, I predict, she's notoriously difficult to work for. The New York Times, the New York Post covered this at the time. Wait until people who are trying to get her into the White House start leaking to the press about what a nightmare she is to work with. That is going to undermine a lot of stuff for her too.
Damn, Seth Rich, those
she's
folks.
not like Hillary. Linda Bloodworth went to jail for Hillary. People ride or die with her. Kamala's a different story.
Well, she had a really high turnover of her staff, right?
90%.
That's great. What's normal?
I don't know, but it's not 90 in like a year.
Whew.
Yeah. It's not just that they left, it's that they left and went to the press and be like, I can't, she doesn't do her homework, and then she yells at me for not being prepared. Like, they leaked. People leave these offices all the time, but they don't leak.
But it's just so wild that the media is all behind her now.
Why is it wild?
Because it's interesting. It's just wild to see. It's
The
like,
180?
Yeah.
The shamelessness?
It's wild to see.
Yeah, but what's even wilder is seeing it through Twitter.
Yeah.
Because you see their 180 switch, and then people are like, you guys were just saying something different 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Thank you, Elon, again.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Thank you, Lon. Because if it wasn't for him, first of all, he changes the watermark
Yes.
for all the other ones. The things that all the other social media companies would have blocked you for, more stuff is slipping through the cracks now.
Right.
It's less people are getting banned, I think, in these other social media networks because it highlights.
And in their defense, broadly speaking, what's the point of me banning this person if they're going to be in these other 9 sites or with even one other site? Then
Right.
it's not actually accomplishing the purpose. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I'm alienating potential subscribers or whatever, users.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's a strange, strange time. Again, it's like the Coliseum people.
But do you know what's even funnier?
happened?
Is that blue-pilled people on the left have been told and believe that Trump is scared to debate her.
Yeah, that's funny.
They think this.
You really think they think that?
Yes. No, they don't have thoughts, but that's what they say.
They think that because she's young?
No,
What
because
is
she's a prosecutor and she's tough and
Yeah, tough.
hashtag girl boss.
Yeah.
And she's a prosecutor and he's a crook, so she's going to put him in his place, and everyone will clap.
That's going to be interesting if they do debate.
They're going to do debate. Several.
If he lives.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to try to take him out again?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
If they did that, this is not the only time they're going to do that. And then also that one was so Lee Harvey Oswald. It was so perfect. Lone gunman.
At a certain
Take
point,
him out.
if you're that sloppy, you're in on it.
Someone had to at least know that he was under threat and
Or
done a
didn't care.
piss poor
They
job.
didn't care.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think that literally they worked with this Crooks kid at all.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
What about the data that shows that someone from near the FBI office in D.C. was visiting this kid? Back
Being
and forth,
on their radar screen is not the same as like colluding with him.
meeting with him.
Right. I don't know that them checking him out is the same thing as he's working for. Because if he was
Why
working,
would they check him out?
maybe who knows why? There's lots of reasons to check somebody out. Point
Are you
being,
working for the government right now?
yes, obviously.
Do you already get paid?
I'm Mossad. Yeah, I get paid my
I
shekels.
didn't know you were Mossad.
I get paid in my shekels. Holy, Michael Malice is amazing. Oh man, but here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna do it again to Trump. You know, Alex Jones, he was speculating that it might be something in his food, because if it's another shot and it happens again, that means the Secret Service will have failed again, and then it just become anybody who's on the fence about who did this will all of a sudden be like, oh, okay, well, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. They keep taking shots at him. So I don't think that's going to happen again. God willing that it does not happen again, that he stays safe. And just they mentioned Hillary really quick. The reason people ride or die with Hillary is because it's ride or die. That's why they're down for Hillary like that. They're like, I guess I should go to jail, because if not, I don't know. Something might happen. I don't know. But anyway, the fact that they're saying, first off, Kamala can't debate. I mean, you can kind of gauge how someone will do in a debate. You can see videos of her in Senate, you know, when she is in full control of the questioning, and she's not even good there. Then you see her on the fly, on the cuff. She can't do that off the cuff. She can't do that at all. Everybody's seen that, the word salads. So she can't really debate. She has no charisma in that sense. She's doing her best impression of Barack Obama. That's really what she's doing, honestly. So we're going to get into some clips here. Kamala Harris, this whole conspiracy of Trump being afraid of Kamala Harris. I'm talking about, look, we got, who's saying this? We got Booty Juice is saying it. Psaki, too close to the camera, saying it. Stephen A. Smith, we got. It's just a whole bunch of silliness. These people saying this stuff. Let's get into Kamala first, what she has to say here.
Previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go. Will you do it? Previously agreed.
He previously agreed to debate. The thing that no one is going to mention that you're going to hear is that he agreed to debate Joe Biden on this date that they're talking about at ABC. That's what he agreed to. And Kamala Harris is just like, I'm ready. It's literally like Joe Biden was just like, I'm going to debate you. I don't care if you're my vice president, Trump. I'm going to debate you. And Trump's like, okay, no problem. Let's do it. And he's like, hold on. I gotta go talk to Jill for a second. Plane just flies off. And then Kamala Harris just walks up and says, okay, I'm ready now. It's like, you're not Joe Biden. Listen, you can be black and you can be Indian. Fine. You want to be both. You want to just switch back and forth, but you're not going to be black, Indian, and Joe Biden. No. You pick two. Okay. And that's me being nice. You want to be black Joe Biden? Okay. But it's going to be solidified. Can't switch to Indian after. That's it. You want to be Indian Joe Biden? I don't think that's a good choice, but go ahead if that's what you want. I don't know. But she has to pick. She's not Joe Biden. Nobody's mentioning that in all of this stuff as they push this weird theory.
It's extraordinary. Tough talk is this guy's calling card. And now there's this extraordinary show of weakness. He agreed to, he said anytime, any place. But more than that, he agreed to this specific debate on this specific network on this specific date. And now he's pulling out. And of course, it shows that he's afraid. It shows that he knows if the two of them are on a stage together, it's not going to end well for him. So this is a campaign that really has struggled to be about anything but Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And I think that's the bigger pattern that you're seeing here, and part of why the Trump campaign is having such a hard time adapting. Think about it. Just in a matter of 2 or 3 days, our campaign adapted to literally the biggest possible change, which is a change in the top of the ticket. And yet, within a couple of days, that support consolidated and that message was clear. They, meanwhile, have been flailing in a way that shows they're unable to adapt. And to me, it's not just that their entire strategic apparatus was built around tearing down Joe Biden. I think there's something deeper, which is Donald Trump cannot conceive of a campaign that isn't about the campaign.
I'm so glad that clip just naturally cut him off. I can't stand Pete Buttigieg. Listen to it. Like, what's he talking about? We were able to adapt. Okay, we were able to just adapt, right? In a few days, we installed someone else, and we made sure that the American people couldn't vote for this person whatsoever. And we had the media blitz the American people with straight propaganda, so they thought that they actually liked this person. And for some reason, the Trump campaign is flailing. Yeah, you just threw away democracy. You were like, is this democracy? Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh, it's this one? That's exactly what they did. They're like, I don't care. I don't need democracy. It's so crazy. We got Jen Psaki. Listen, I don't know what's going on in MSNBC, okay? But all of this no makeup videos for these ladies, I'm not being sexist, okay? I'm just saying, you just got to go to a studio and they'll do you up. And you keep making these videos with no makeup on, you're wearing a baseball cap. What's going on? Joy Reid? Joy Reid just rolls out of bed. She's making videos. Guys, go to the studio. Get done up. What's going on with you guys?
Right now about Donald Trump and his refusal to debate Kamala Harris at the ABC debate that was already agreed to on September 10th. Now, he agreed to this debate months ago with Joe Biden. Obviously, Kamala Harris is now going to be the Democratic nominee. Instead, what he has proposed is a Fox News debate with a big audience. Not the ABC debate that was already agreed to. So anyone who's saying Trump has proposed a debate that she's not agreeing to is missing the fact that he'd already agreed to a debate with the Democratic nominee, who was supposed to be Joe Biden, and now he's trying to back out of it and make it his own. Now, to her credit, what she's saying is basically, I'll be there at the debate we agreed to, whether you show up or not. That's the whole silly Donald Trump fearing to debate situation happening right now. So there's
such a bad time to sneeze. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Sorry, my bad. Now, at least she brings up the fact that Joe Biden was the one he was supposed to debate. But as she's saying Donald Trump's leaving out a point, she's leaving out the point that he agreed to debate Joe Biden. It's crazy how these people, and also you would think that this woman's a part of Kamala Harris's campaign. She literally just works for MSNBC. What? You're just rolling out of bed. You haven't even showered yet and you're already going hard for Kamala. What's going on? You know, Tulsi Gabbard was right about these people and how they actually do have to, for what they did to Joe Rogan, taking his words and taking his podcast and clipping it up all weird and making him seem like he's for Kamala Harris. They do have to answer for that type of stuff. This next one, let's just skim through this one, because this is Stephen A. Smith. I've never heard such a bad take from somebody in my life. Okay. And he's wearing a purple suit. I don't know what's going on with these people.
Because by going that route, you're engaging in lawfare. And according to you, that's what the Dems were doing because they couldn't beat you fair and square in an election. You might be right. Or then again, you might not. Let's find out. Let's find out. Straight up, you against her. Getting a little scared now? I'm just asking. I don't know. But bringing up all of this legal stuff with Mike Johnson, and J.D. Vance, it sounds scared. Y'all sound scared. What y'all doing being scared of Kamala Harris for? What's up with that? Scared of the ladies now? You scared of the vice president, huh?
Now that's where we end it. You see it? You understand me right now? When he puts his finger in his mouth and he's looking at me, because it's on my screen, he's looking at me in my eye. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that weird agenda they're pushing. Why Stephen A. Smith got his finger in my mouth? He's got it in his mouth. It's late night here, okay, guys? Why does he have his finger in his mouth and he's looking at me like this? And he's talking about people being scared and he's whispering. What's going on, man? And also, he's one of those guys. I just want just a little side note. He's one of those guys that got fired and now he's independent. But as you can see, he still has the exact same talking points as the mainstream media. Jon Stewart's like that. Stephen A. Smith. Watch out for people like that, where they say they got fired and now they're independent and they still have the same talking points as the mainstream news. I think that's some kind of, I'll speculate and say it's some kind of ruse. I don't know exactly what, but it's weird to me. Anyway, people are all over Twitter about it. This person said something that made perfect sense. The left saying Donald Trump is scared. Also, Donald Trump touched the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, knowing it is forbidden. First sitting president to walk into North Korea was literally shot, been arrested 4 times. Liberals are straight clowns. 100%. Here's a video of Donald Trump actually doing that. You're not supposed to touch this guy. Donald Trump? Here's what Donald Trump has to say. Whoa, I gotta mute that. Here's what Donald Trump has to say about that. He's like, nah, I'm gonna touch him. Listen. Here, let me make sure you guys can see it. He just goes, no, I touch who I want. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Give him a knife tap. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And this guy's like, who did that? Look, his security doesn't even want to do anything. His security's like, sir, I can't actually touch the president of the United States. I'm sorry. I know you're a prince. I'm sorry. If I touch the president of the United States, it's gonna start a war. We're not ready for that. Sorry. We're rich, but we don't got military money. Okay? We got fun times in Dubai and patios, air conditioned money. We don't have war money to go against the United States of America. You damn right you don't. Here's another video of just Donald Trump just being a badass. Look, he touches that guy. First off, that is crazy to do. Look, even they were like, hold on a second. Look, guy's meeting North Korean leader like no problem, giving him the handshake, pulling Putin in. Look, everybody says he's a dictator you should be scared of. KGB pulled him in and said, hey, what's going on? You're a little guy, huh? Oh, I didn't realize you're a little guy. The way they talk about you, I thought you were 7 foot. Turns out you're a little guy. It's nice to meet you. Oh, come on. You're talking about Donald Trump being scared. Hodge twins even stepped in and said Kamala Harris refusing to stand toe-to-toe on the debate stage with Donald Trump because she is scared of being exposed as a fraud. How are voters supposed to trust her to deal with foreign leaders? I already said if she goes toe-to-toe with Putin in a room, she's going to come out saying that the United States and Russia are now one country and she's the vice president and Putin's the president. That's what's going to happen. 100%. Bar none. It's going to happen right away. She's going to give some word salad speech. She's going to be like, the thing about Vladimir is he's actually really great. You agree with me? Yeah. He's actually really great. So we're going to call where we are now. Okay. It was the United States, but we can't be burdened by what has been. So we're just going to call it Russia too. Okay. Okay, everybody. And I'm the vice president. That's what's going to happen. 100%. She can't handle a guy like Putin. Can't handle Trump. Are you kidding me? And then Trump responds to all of the nonsense. Trump says, Kamala Harris doesn't have the mental capacity to do a real debate against me. Scheduled for September 4th in Pennsylvania. She's afraid to do it because there's no way. I just want to make sure you guys can see it. Because there's no way she can justify her corrupt and open borders, the environmental destruction of our country, the Afghanistan embarrassment, runaway inflation, terrible economy, high interest rates, taxes, and her years-long fight to stop the words Merry Christmas. Donald Trump remembers everything. I'll see her on September 4th, or I won't see her at all. She is acknowledged to be the worst vice president in history, which works very, very nicely against the worst president, crooked Joe Biden. The combination of the two low IQ individuals have destroyed our country, but we will make America great again. Donald Trump has spoken, and I have to say, this is all facts. There's no way she's going to be able to handle him on the debate stage. And this is what Trump wants. Trump wants an audience, and he wants it to be the way it was. You remember when him and Hillary Clinton went at it? Say what you want about Hillary, but she was like, yeah, let's go. They were both just kind of on stage, holding microphones, pacing back and forth, going back and forth. That's what he wants with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris isn't ready for that. For some reason, we all know how Joe Biden was. Kamala Harris thinks she should have the same stipulations that a mentally declined Joe Biden had. She thinks they should just be sitting there, mute mic. He can't talk any more than he needs to. He thinks she She thinks that she should have that same type of setup. You're supposed to be a cognitively good speaker, compelling, inspiring person. You're not getting that. And you're what, 30 years younger than Joe Biden? Probably 80 years younger than Joe Biden. He's 180 years old, right? I'm kidding. She's 60 years old. She's 59. She'll be 60 soon. She's good. She's good. Trump is almost 80 years old. Don't worry about mute the mics and all that stuff. But the thing is, she can't handle it. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you that conspiracy. It is very funny, but it's not funny the way that her campaign and the mainstream media are just in lockstep. The machine is fully activated for Kamala, and Donald Trump is battling literal evil. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Other than that, I'm out.